Welcome, Pathfinders, back to Mummy's Mask, episode 12 of the Find the Path podcast. As we continue, I am your host and Gamemaster, Rick Sandidge, and I'm joined by my assorted players. They are some great people. I'm very much enjoying our adventure so far. I have so far managed not to kill anyone. Let's see if I can fix that.
No, it's weird that we don't get an introduction. I'm Jessica Peters. I'm playing Sagira.
I'm Jordan Jenkins. I'm playing Sudi Kontar.
I'm Rachel Sandidge. I'm playing Sitra Nahamra.
I'm Heather Allen, and I'm playing Onuris.
We're going to just remind you guys every 12 episodes who we are. We figured dozens, a good way to do it.
Hey, they like us.
I mean, you did make it into the 12th episode, so you must like something about us.
That's true. So, good shout out to those people out there.
I'm the person with no Twitter life, but that's fine.
Yes.
I think I have one follower who's not you guys.
So, when last we left off, our heroes had fought their greatest enemy yet, in the form of a scare beetle swarm, which was a slow battle of attrition.
I hate swarms. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I say that every time we run into one, no matter what game it is.
You can vent as much as you want in the after party. The party would then continue making their way through the pantry and into the kitchen of the central house of the House of Pentheru, the noble house that they had been assigned to during the lottery by the Church of Pharasma, as they continue their exploration of the dead part of the half-dead city of Wati.
I believe we were in the privy.
Yes, you'd just taken a body off of the toilet and had laid him out respectfully.
He has no head, and he's weird. Fresh.
We're going to end up fighting that
fresh by he's been dead a couple years.
Fresh compared to the people outside.
Yeah, I mean, they were dusty.
They were dusty.
They were a little ashy. They needed a bronzer, just a light bronzer.
All right, so let's get this party started, shall we?
I believe you guys were circling around the outside of the room,
Yes.
so you'd gone through a kitchen, the shrine to Serenre, Abadar, and Pharasma, which had been defaced, before continuing through the privy, finding this body, laying him out in the broken shards of mirror glass across the floor in here. Just because you have nowhere else that you can really put him.
We also learned that Onuris was a golden rich boy in his former past.
And he's still golden.
He's still
just
golden.
Not a rich boy.
That we know of. No, because he still owes us money. Not a rich boy anymore. We don't know why. He made a choice.
Wait.
It's like
Hang
a trust fund hipster.
Let me go pull up my abacus
He
here.
definitely does not have a trust fund.
Abadarian.
Yep.
Sudi.
Still owes 48 gold and 3 copper.
I have more than that on me. Anyway.
Everyone looks at you like, what?
But
Then
why
why
you
don't you pay us
your
back?
Yeah, geez.
He's
You're
the
hoping
trust
you're
fund
dying.
guy that has a wallet full of 50s, but still hitting up people to cover his pizza.
Conning
Not
us.
like that at
Since
all.
motive.
Apparently, you are not a Lannister. You do not pay your debts.
Stop it with your game.
It'll
bros.
just come out of the next group of treasure we sell. I think that's
true.
probably why I haven't paid it out of that.
We
too.
just
Dude,
like
fair.
to give him a hard time.
There was a single other exit from the opposite side of the
Which
privy.
I believe we were going through.
Yes.
Go forth, Sagira.
I go forth and shine my light into the darkness.
So let's kick
My
on.
hair loose in the wilderness of the house.
It's very
It's true, you did light your scarf on fire.
I don't have a scarf. It's weird. I keep shoving my hair out of my face.
We'll get you a new scarf.
I will get myself a fancy scarf.
We'll
I keep thinking we'll find one, and then I keep forgetting and remembering, simultaneously, that, everything here's going to be decayed. Cool.
That is true, unless it's magical.
Magical scarf. That would be cool.
That would
Kicking
be
in
pretty cool.
some sound effects in the background. I forgot to mention that last episode. Sound effects provided by Sirenscape, so fine people over there. So thanks, Ben. Moving on. I do actually pay them, so it's not like they give it to me. But thanks anyway, Ben, for all your hard work.
Sirenscape gets
It's
a mention
worth
and
it.
introduction every episode, but not the players.
It does a lot more.
Hey! All right, we're going to get up and leave this table
Yeah.
and see how you do with just Sirenscape.
I'm really good at voices, so I'm gonna
We also take our character sheets.
I just make up the numbers.
All right, we enter the room next to the privy.
I did actually step in and put my light here very
I
dramatically or
am
whatever.
checking for scary trap things.
No,
as
if you
we
want to
go.
check, if you want. Yeah. I will point out that all 4 of you are squeezed into a tiny, 9-foot long by 5-foot wide area.
And
this
also
privy.
a toilet. Please let us out of here.
Citra rolls a 24 to check for any sort of horrible things that go bump in the night that might kill us.
No.
Cool.
Here's what it looks
Sagira steps out of the bathroom.
Stepping free of the bathroom, you would step from there into what seems to be a very spacious room. From where you stand to the opposite side, you'd say probably the better part of maybe 25 feet. Probably about 20 feet wide, and a wide archway leads out of this room towards the front of the house. A large tiled pool would sit in the center of this chamber, surrounded by sloping tiled floors. A few steps descend down into the basin, which has accumulated a deep layer of sand on its bottom, Faded murals on the walls depict scenes of life along the river, with reoccurring themes of running water and aquatic life running through the artwork, the occasional crocodile and hippo depicted here, children splashing around, dogs playing in the edge of the water, and God, what are they called? Ibises, perched along the banks.
A cat booping the snoot of a alligator.
Yeah, cat smacking an alligator in the face.
Would it be an alligator or a crocodile?
Crocodile.
Crocodile.
Crocodilia.
This is that bath you spoke of.
See? Bathhouse inside.
I wish they didn't have sand in the bottom, because then we could all have a bath.
Yeah, it's true.
In the house full of undead.
Well, we're going to fix that.
Well, I don't know, but you can create water. This is a pool.
In the corner of the pool, a tarnished bronze spigot jumps out of the wall just above head level. So you think at one point this place probably actually had piping and running water.
Can I walk over to, like, around the edge without going in the pool to get to that spigot?
Yeah. Again, one archway leads out of this room. There's also a single door located in the eastern wall. You would know that that door would lead to a set of steps taking you back out to the servants' quarters.
So the servants could have easy access to the bathhouse to clean it.
Yes.
Right.
As well as providing, like, towels and everything to the
Sagira just wants to go turn the faucet and see if it even worked, because that would be magical.
A sputtering of sand would fall into your hand.
That's unfortunate.
Better a sputtering of sand than a sputtering of spiders.
Sure.
Why would spiders come out of a spigot?
Up
You
the water
never heard
spout.
the song Itsy Bitsy Spider?
The old Osiriani tale of the spider and the spout. It's very epic. Speaks of this thing called rain.
The mythical rain.
It happens once a year. Anyway, is there anything? Search? We're going to search
Yeah.
around, I guess?
Yeah, you can search the room if you so wish. The wide archway you can tell from here seems to lead into the entry hall.
Yeah,
and you can kind of keep an eye in
Onuris
that
is going to
direction.
kind of keep an eye towards the entry hall.
I only get a 10 to search the room.
Sudi hasn't told us about the mysterious flapping he keeps hearing.
Sudi is not a very great alerter of things. Most cats would be staring into space.
I mean, he might be staring into space.
We're going to look over him.
You can see, Onuris can, just watching through the archway, see that there are more dead bodies in that entryway as well.
Are they squishy or are they
They
skilly?
look to be skeletal.
Okay.
But I imagine you're just kind of waiting until everyone's
Yeah.
done in here before you move on. Sagira said that she was checking around.
Yeah, I got 10.
10? No. You probably drop down there and kind of tow around through the sediment to see if anything of value is dropped down there, but you don't see anything.
Yep, there's sand.
Sagira got a...
I
Or
got
Sitra, sorry.
a 12.
Yeah. No, there's nothing of value in here. Sudi, you're
I'm watching behind us.
watching back in that direction. Well, the body's not moving.
Okay.
Good.
I guess we're heading... We go to the entry hall, and there's skeletons, and Sagira walks up to them to poke them with her sword.
Onuris really rolls his eyes at this.
One day.
The foyer is surrounded by brightly colored columns, which would stand at the four corners of the room. Hieroglyphs would cover the walls and tiled floors, obscured in places by piles of dust and sand, and the open archways would lead to both the way you came, as well as an open archway leading into the center of this building, which seems to be that courtyard you saw from before, and a second open archway leading further away from you to the west. Beyond that one, you can see that there's a set of steps ascending up towards the second floor. 3 skeletal bodies would lay sprawled out in this room. Each one of these skeletal figures seems to probably have died, you're going to guess, of battle aeons ago. They're still draped in what seems to be the same leather type armor that you'd seen on the guardsmen that you'd found underneath the table back in the kitchen. And all of them have the broken remnants of kopeshes scattered about them as if they were in some great battle. Sagira would get 1 foot into this room as they would begin to screech, stumbling up towards their feet as you stride into the room.
Sagira goes, see? Undead.
Yes, but you see how they attacked before you actually got close enough to poke them.
Well, I will poke them with my favorite enemy bonus soon.
I will allow everyone to make a perception roll.
Hey.
Sagira gets a 14.
15 for Sudi.
Is this for traps?
14, 15, no.
Or danger?
Or danger, I guess?
Consider it danger.
So I don't have the danger sense stuff.
It's
written
half
down.
your level.
Half my... Okay, then I got a 20.
No, the danger sense is a
It's
set
a different
bonus.
thing.
Oh, is it? Oh.
It's the trap.
Traps are half your level.
But you do get a bonus on danger.
Well, actually, I think that might be at 3rd level.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think I get it yet. Then I got a 26.
26.
Onuris gets a 24.
24. As you would step in, they would screech, lumbering up towards their feet. All of you would notice that the front door, which you'd seen previously was slightly cracked, would just kind of slowly creak closed.
The front door?
The front door.
Well, that's weird.
And I will need initiative from the party. Sagira, what'd you get for your initiative?
I got a 9.
Jordan.
Sudi got a 15.
Rachel.
Sitra got a 20.
On yours.
Onuris gets an 18.
Hold on a second. There. All right, Sitra, you have first initiative.
Oops.
They have not gone yet, so you can get your sneak attack.
Yeah, but they're skeletons, which means that,
You have a
lot.
chance of hurting them with your sneak attack, though.
yeah, very little. But I'll try anyway, so I will 5 foot step forward.
Very well. You step into the fray.
Yep, and then I will attack with my kukri.
All right.
Probably not very well. 13.
A 13 to strike at the flat-footed skeleton will strike your target as you plunge your kukri forward.
Alright, so I do 5 points of damage, which means I do no damage.
You would cut into it, slicing across it to no effect.
Yep.
Bouncing off of its hollow bones. Its jaw opens up and it lets out that cackle thing from the old Scooby-Doo. Anyway.
Okay.
No. I just love
Did
Scooby-Doo.
you not watch Scooby-Doo?
Not really.
Holy crap.
Like, I know of Scooby-Doo, but I never watched it. It was on Cartoon Network.
How
I didn't
dare you.
have Cartoon Network.
It was
Alright.
on some other stuff sometimes.
We're going to pause the recording real quick to go watch that episode of Scooby-Doo.
You gotta find yourself some Scooby-Doo. The old one from the 70s or whatever.
It's
Onuris. Oh, what was it?
What's the name of that show? Not the one with the celebrities, because that one's weird.
I do
No.
like that one, though.
Anyway.
The Addams Family episode is awesome. Anyway, Onuris has a turn. He will do things.
You may make a knowledge religion, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
He will know these things.
Onuris gets a... Where's my knowledge religion? There it is. 18.
With an 18, one, you can identify these as skeletons. You know their previous defenses and everything else from your last battle against skeletons. You can also tell that you've triggered some sort of haunt effect.
Yeah.
The door is slammed shut. You don't know what else is going to be going on from that, but
Alright.
that started.
Onuris is gonna move 15 feet forward to there, and then if there's a haunt going on, I'm just gonna channel. That sounds like a good thing to do.
Very well. So Onuris closes the distance, steps into the center of the room, throws his head back as his eye blazes into light.
Yes, it's very dramatic. Well, this will harm the skeletons too, won't it?
Yes.
Nobody gets to add their channel resistance.
That's
And
right.
I get to add my
is that
cleric
Sun
level.
Or Glory?
It's Sun's Blessing. They don't add their undead resistance, and I get +2 to. I get my level as extra damage.
What's the
to
save
damage
DC for this?
14.
14. Very well. 2 of the skeletons succeed. One of them fails.
I do 6 points of damage.
Very well.
Does that heal people that are still hurt too?
No.
No.
Not
It's
until
either
second
one,
edition.
either or, yeah.
In second edition, that is true. So the skeletons would blast back and recoil. The one of them, the one on the far side, would screech before collapsing back into a pile of ash and
Oh,
dust.
cool.
I did a thing, guys.
It was a bright, pretty thing.
The other 2 skeletons recoil from it. That would bring us to the skeletons. They would turn their full attention to the priest and full out attack.
Yep.
Guy's face glows. We should kill him.
He harmed us.
He's obviously bad news bears.
What if I do this?
Coming at you with these skeletons, that would be a perfect 20.
That does not hit me.
I was like, what need to do
I
that?
call BS. Perfect 20 to hit threat. We're looking at a 16 to confirm.
That's on the nose, man.
Critical hit from this rusty old Kopesh. Yeah, fortunately for you, it only strikes you for 4 points of damage even with the critical hit, so that's not that bad. The other one swings in with its Kopesh. The first one's Kopesh basically explodes as a critical hits over the back of you, leaving part of the blade still rammed into your shoulder. The other one dives to the floor with that's a 19.
Stop using those metal dice and go back to your normal plastic ones.
It's because I bought them, so it's got my luck.
That's true. The other Kopesh slams you in your upper left thigh, cutting you deep for 5 points of damage as blood would gush down your leg. That's what you get for wearing the traditional Assyrian garb of no leg protection. So as the skeleton would finish slamming and wrenching its blade free from your leg, we cut to Sudi.
That's no good. So I'm going to run up next to Sitra. So I'm going to put myself right next to a skeleton. I'm going to punch it in the face area.
Very well.
Right in the zygomatic arch.
Sudi's not smart enough to know that. So 22.
At 22, however, will strike the skeleton.
Okay, so I basically do like one of those running jump punches where I jump up and I punch it, and I hit it for 9 points of damage.
Very well. It explodes backwards, scattering bones across the floor. It's kind of a weird thought, but I always pictured Sudi as more of a kicker. Just because of cats, I always just
because cats grab things with their front paws and they kick.
Yeah.
Because they also do this.
That's true.
Or they do what Mikey does, which is roll on his back and stare at you.
That's what Luna does.
No, Ezio does like the slow, like he brings up the arm and just waits, and then jab.
That's the theory
He's
of
kind of
blows.
a rabbit punch.
Yeah, but so monks actually get a flying kick ability, so I just don't have that yet.
Yeah, the flying kick is sick.
I'm saving the flying kick for when I actually get it.
It's the Liu
So
Kang kick.
from Sudi, we go to Sagira.
Sagira's gonna figuratively charge at this guy.
Very well. You figuratively
Attack it.
charge. You literally attack.
Yes, bring my Kopesh to bear with my okay roll. But it is undead. 16.
16 will solidly strike your target as your
that's
blade
good.
crushes in.
And I do 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage as you brutally crush the skeleton. Very well.
Blade hits the head and all the bones underneath the head collapse into dust.
You clobber him over the head hard enough to drive his skull into his chest cavity. The skeleton would collapse. As it would do so, you would hear a voice calling as if running towards the stairs on the opposite side, screeching out in ancient Osiriani, for the one person here that speaks that they're inside, protect the house! As the voice would yell that, you would hear a voice coming from somewhere inside of this room of a man going, "It's too late, save yourselves!"
Well,
I will need a will save from the party.
I was going to say, for us, we can't even understand it.
Yes.
So I get a nat 1, which gives me a 2.
Sudi gets an 8.
I rolled a nat 20, which gave me a 21.
On yours gets an 18.
Very well.
Does Sagira scream?
Now, you're all just kind of standing there for a second, so we go from Sagira to Sitra. Sitra, you may make a sense motive.
Citra gets a 23.
23, there's something wrong with both Sudi and Sagira, as they would just kind of glaze over, glancing about, looking around, as if suddenly they're lost or don't realize exactly where they are.
Citra reaches over and, taps Sagira in the face.
Very well. She doesn't really seem to respond other than jerking away from that. Is there any other actions you'd like to take? You have a standard action remaining.
I'm gonna grab her shoulders and shake her.
Shake her? Very well. You try to wake her up. She doesn't seem responsive. Onuris.
Can I make a check?
You can make a spellcraft check if you so wish.
Okay, that's a good roll. 23.
Yeah, they're confused.
No.
Oh, boy.
Hey, I don't have favorite enemy human. You're probably okay.
I do have favorite enemy catfolk. It's very specific.
They're confused, as in a spell effect confused.
You have a standard to move action remaining.
Run away. Save yourself.
The guy was right. It's too late. Save yourself.
It's too late, save yourself. Run away! We should probably back away, but still keep a good eye on them.
The frontline fighters are going to have a fight.
Okay.
Let them fight.
Onuris is gonna move just into this doorway and be like, please don't murder me.
Confused. Onuris goes running off.
He backs away slowly. He's watching them to make sure they don't run screaming into other parts of the house.
Sudi, you can hear the outer gates crash as the house is breached. You can hear the sound of throngs and throngs as 100 of mad, craved, diseased people pound on the front door, tearing their way into the house as they burst open the door, sores weeping as they pour into the room. I will need you to roll percentile.
Okay, I get an 85.
An 85 on your percentile check. You basically would bring up your fist, turning on Sagira as you would stare at the diseased woman.
Sagira?
Oh, sorry,
Citra?
Citra's actually closer.
Yeah.
Yep,
As the
Citra.
diseased woman seems to be closing on you.
17.
On the nose.
Very well. You're using lethal force to save yourself from
On
these
yours
Of
is
course.
like-
mad people.
7 points of damage as I reach out and...
Well, she has her back to you, so I imagine it's probably like a kidney punch.
yeah, you know what? If your back's to me, it's probably that.
Onuris says run.
You would feel a horrible pain as his fist would slam into your side. Having seen what it just did to a skeleton, I'm pretty certain you're aware of how dangerous
Yeah,
that
I only
is.
have 4 hit points left.
I go next.
That brings us to Sagira, as you would realize that there's no escape from this. The madness is claimed, and the entire world may be drowned under this plague of insanity as the raving masses tear through. You would turn around to find someone just grabbing and shaking you viciously from behind. You will need to roll percentile.
I got a 51.
You would realize then that the only option is to take care of yourself as you turn your blade on yourself and slice.
Kill me! I'll kill myself.
D8 plus your strength damage.
Boo. Okay, cool. 9.
You would ram your Kopesh into yourself, the blade skewering through your side and out of your back. The two of you would snap free as you sit there going, "Why?"
I hate you right now.
To be fair, you were a diseased woman, and it was the right move to make at the time.
Sagira looks at her kid.
Do I look diseased to you?
Not anymore, but
Priest.
at the time.
I hurt. Sagira's holding her kidney. No, I don't know.
Depends how important is this.
He'll check me.
You hold it up, and Onuris is like, oh.
I didn't kill myself that badly, but I am injured. Please help. Help.
Y'all all are terrible people. I'm gonna channel.
Help.
I have one more left after this.
Okay.
Let's see how many ghosts more.
We can rest here. This is a totally safe area.
Everybody gets 5 hit points back.
Hey.
That does most of the damage I did to myself.
Is everybody all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Physically.
I'll be okay.
To the next room. No, did we search this room? What's up? Oh, experience.
I am going to check the front door first.
We're gonna prop that open.
You can make a perception check to check the front door if you so wish. You
No.
do garner experience for defeating 3 challenge ratings of 1/3, netting the party 35 experience points apiece, 105 total, and 1 challenge rating of 2, netting the party 150 XP. As the skeletons did nothing to any. Well, actually, no, the skeletons messed up on yours pretty bad. You'd have enough time to wrench the broken pieces of
Can I
Kopesh out of your shoulder.
Can I reach them?
You probably need some help before you heal yourself over.
Oh, we're so
I probably
close.
come up behind you and just wrench it without telling you. That way you don't tense up.
Alright, Onuris is gonna check out all these hieroglyphs that are all over the walls and the floor.
I'm gonna look for stuff in here.
Very well, and Sudi is...
Sudi is going to check. Well, I guess we have 2 archways.
yeah.
He'll probably split time between the 2 of them to check both of them to make sure nothing's coming at us.
Very well, so I'll need a perception roll from Sudi, a perception roll from Sagira. She's checking around. Sitra, making your way up to the front door, you would find that there is no lock on here, but you can't get this open. It is somehow still, like, magically held.
So I think we're trapped.
There's windows.
Magically trapped.
Is every door locked?
And the few windows that you have passed, all of them have been, like, the thin windows. It would be an escape artist check to try to get out.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Casting Detect Magic, there is a magical aura on this gate, on this doorway.
Hey. 21 on a spellcraft check.
21. It appears to be under the effects of a whole portal spell.
But is the door in the bathroom? The room with the baths.
The bathhouse, yes.
Is that one locked?
Sweeping over there with your Detect Magic, you don't see a magical aura on that
There's
door.
no magical aura on that door, but this one is being held with a hold portal spell.
That's weird. Yeah. Okay, so we triggered a trap and a haunt and some skeletons also.
The 2 of you observing the door would see that periodically you can see almost scuffs in the sand in front of it. Almost as if you could imagine men placing their shoulder up against the door and their feet sliding in the sand and on this side of the door. As if there's still some sort of creatures or dead spirits holding the door closed.
I think that haunt is still going on.
Well, I have nothing to do to deal with.
If it's not outright attacking us right now, we may want to leave it to save our resources for the rest of the house.
Yes, but I don't know how much it could affect the rest of the house.
Well, you're the only one that has anything that can do anything to.
I have normal spells.
Yes, but still.
And do you want to leave it, or do you want me to try to get rid of it?
I'd rather save healing
How
resources
about
for
we
ourselves.
go outside through the bathhouse room door, and then we come to the front door?
It should be held, regardless.
It's worth a try.
Sagira, searching the room, you would find that there's just the broken remains of the Kopeshes and the tattered remains of this old leather armor that would hardly be worth the effort of prying it off the skeletons.
So far, this house has been a bust.
Not entirely a bust, but yeah, basically.
Sudi, checking the 2 sides, you would note that the archway on the western side leads to a set of stairs, and the archway on the northern side of this room leads to that central courtyard. Distantly, you hear a flap.
I keep hearing something, like some kind of flapping sound. It sounds like a bird or something. I mean, I guess it could be out there in the courtyard. It's just weird.
There were some vultures earlier.
Does it sound like it's smaller, like a smaller bird?
It sounds like a desperate fluttering every once in a while, like a bird that gets trapped inside of a house and keeps butting up against a window trying to get free.
Oh, we should help the bird.
It sounds like some kind of bird that's trapped in here, although I don't see how. There's no doors anywhere. It should be able to just go into the middle and then go up.
Is it coming from the courtyard?
I can't really tell.
Every time that you've heard it, it's come from kind of in the direction of the center of the house, although if it's the courtyard, it could also be the second floor since there's a landing that overlooks the courtyard as well. Or feasibly, it could be outside since there's the skylight.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Sagira's going to stick her head under the arch and look up in the courtyard.
You can make a perception roll if you so wish.
Stealthily.
You can make a stealth check if you so wish.
Okay. Well, okay, perfect 20 on the stealth. I get a 26. I'm apparently very stealthy. And then I get a 20 to notice something.
Sticking your head out, glancing up, you can tell that there's a second floor up there. It's pretty dark. Even with your dark vision, you can see up there, but it's some distance off at this point.
I have the light on me.
Oh, okay.
Also, I have low light vision, but
Okay,
yeah, I'm
sorry.
literally...
Even with your low light vision,
The light.
you know, you can't see a whole lot up there. You don't see any movement. You can tell that there's a second floor walkway that runs around the outside. At one point, there was probably a railing or a banister, but most likely that was wood. And so now there's just nothing up there but the occasional half-decayed wooden spokes sticking out for where a railing once was. And the entirety of the floor in the central courtyard is covered in sand.
Let's just continue our search of the perimeter of the house for now. If I have the spells left when we decide to leave, I can finish off this haunt at the front door.
Okay. I didn't see anything in the courtyard.
You also didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything. Maybe you're crazy.
What do the
Maybe it
hieroglyphs around the foyer and stuff say while they're searching? And
I'm stealthing to look
yes.
The ancient Osiri hieroglyphs on the walls proclaim this estate to be the House of Pentheru. They convey a variety of different messages, mostly along the lines of welcome to all guests, peace be with all of our visitors, all those things that you would see stitched into like little things to hang up on the wall in houses, like this house is a happy house, etc., etc. There would also be an acknowledgement of a number of other houses. This panel has been written in acknowledgement of the friendship between House Pentheru and House Bakentepi.
Oh, that guy. You fondly pat your
Is my
shield.
family name on there? Because, you know, our whole thing is we didn't leave
If you
during
dig
the
long
Plague of
enough, you would
Andrus.
be able to find one.
Oh, hey, that's cool.
Do you take it?
I mean, it's engraved in the
Oh,
wall,
yeah.
isn't it?
Do you break the wall?
You just take the whole wall with you.
Take a little like chisel and just tink 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 tink.
Well, that's interesting.
What'd you find?
That's my house.
Your house was allied with this house?
Well, I mean...
Most of the, families are in some way or another.
Okay, I guess we keep going. So there's stairs or there's courtyard?
No, this is a doorway here, isn't it?
Oh, I thought it was just stairs.
The doorway leads into a room, and you can see stairs in that room, although
Oh.
there is a room around that.
So
Okay,
we'll
room
go
then.
into that room.
Yeah.
Very well.
Looking for undead monstrosities or swarms or a bird. A little bird.
You would enter into a rather large room. A large staircase would climb to the second floor of this room from the far wall, and sand and dust cover the floor. Painted columns stand in all but one of the corners of this room, and pieces of broken wood, shattered pottery, and disintegrating fabric litter the room's outside perimeter.
All right, I guess let's search the room.
Very well. Anyone that wishes may make me a perception roll. Other than the stairs which ascend up to the second floor from this room, there's also a wide hallway which makes its way to the north. You can see a set of double doors, which you believe that you glimpse in the courtyard opposite of the servants' courtyard, somewhere near the...
The centipede.
Yes,
cool
near the
thing.
centipede as well as near the family's crypt.
Right.
Okay.
I got a 21 to search around this room for goodies.
Very well.
Yours gets a 24 to glance around.
24,
26.
26.
I'm looking for, or listening for that flapping sound.
Very well.
You're gonna get that Tweety bird.
I thought I saw a Tweety Bud.
That's Tweety Bird's talking.
I don't remember what Sylvester the cat sounds like.
Sylvester
Is it-
just sounds
Oh, it's
normal.
suckering succotash, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
suffering.
Suckering succotash. It's been a good like 15 some odd years since I've watched a Looney Tunes cartoon. So
I had the weirdest urge to try to watch Space Jam the other day. I
Ah.
have no idea why.
One of my students came to school wearing a Space Jam shirt.
I really liked that movie when I was little, and I haven't seen it since I was little. So part of me just wants to keep like the good memories
Yeah,
and
I feel
not
like
watch it.
don't watch that again. I feel like it's one of those movies that's great when you're a kid, but maybe don't watch it ever again.
Searching around the outside of the room, Sudi would kind of keep an eye on that other hallway. There is an arch opposite those double doors that you can see down that other hallway you're going to, which also seems to lead into that central courtyard, as if it could be approached from any of the 4 cardinal directions. You kind of just keep a ear swiveled in that direction, another ear swiveled back towards your companions as they explore. Sagira, you do a quick perimeter search. I imagine probably with your nature almost more keeping an eye on the upper floor where you can see that there's an upper landing that overlooks this lower one and keeping an eye out for any ambushes from above, not necessarily keeping your eyes down. Onuris and Sitra, though, searching through, you would notice that the wreckage on the outside of this room actually seems to be the remnants of, you're going to say, furniture. At one point, there's probably maybe a sitting room or a parlor or something like that with the steps ascending up, although now it's just given over to wreck and ruin. The two of you would both notice what appears to be the glint of something metallic, sitting nearby and just kind of forgotten in a corner of this room.
I guess Onuris will move the broken pieces of furniture out of the way.
Very well. I don't know if Sitra joins them or not.
Yeah, uh-huh.
You would find a single ring.
I'm going to detect magic.
Detecting magic, there actually is a magical aura on this ring.
Alrighty. 24 on my spellcraft check.
You would notice that beyond this ring, there's also a collection of other items here. It's almost as if someone was carrying maybe even a jewelry box and just dropped it here. You'd find a collection of what looked to be an assorted number of silver items, what honestly looks like an anklet set, and so forth. Detecting magic on this ring, though, you would find that it's probably the most valuable. 1, in the fact that it actually is a ring of protection +1. 2, in the fact that this appears to be you're going to say platinum ring inset with diamonds.
What does it look like? Is there a symbol
the two of you
or
can make an
anything on
appraise check if you so wished.
Or you can bring it to me if you need it.
I'm rolling really good today, guys.
I
I probably
am
just
too.
jinxed myself.
it? I got 22.
Hers is higher than mine. But Onuris still got an 18, which is pretty good for him.
With a 22, this is an engagement ring.
Oh, dang. That's so sweet.
That's such a rich person's thing, too. It's like, I'm going to make this really elaborate, expensive ring
This is a
that
whole
also
elaborate-
keeps you safe with magic.
That's sweet.
It's super sweet.
It just occurred to me like the most elaborate adventure thing where you're just like, hey, come over here. I think I found this ring. Oh, and then you're already kneeling. You're like, here you go.
I actually saw a video where this guy apparently had pre-buried this thing and then went on trying to find treasure or whatever and then found it, and it was this whole the woman
That's
just,
very involved.
could not. It was really cool though.
Regardless, though, this does appear to be a magical engagement ring. There's also some other treasure here.
What else is here?
Collecting this, Sitra, I imagine, is still kind of next to you as the two of you are observing this.
Citra is putting on the ring and going like this.
So, picking up the ring.
Admiring it.
The moment you would touch the ring,
Uh-oh.
you and Onuris would both feel a cold wash over you.
Oh gosh, now we're
It's a
ghostly
hunt.
married
Crap.
people.
Hans.
A ghostly scene would seem to superimpose itself over the ruins of the room, as a translucent furniture and decorations like potted palm trees and richly upholstered furniture waver into existence. As you would seem to kneel in the center of the room, the two of you would turn, seeing different people than the people that you are, although neither of you seem surprised. So Sagira and Sudi, they seem to have just found something over there and have stopped in the middle. Both of the two of them, though, would start talking with voices that are not their own,
Sagira
as they would turn to face one another.
No, I refuse.
Heather.
Just do it.
Do it.
act dramatic and Osirian.
Just act dramatic. Just act dramatic.
Are we speaking in ancient Osiriani so they can't understand us?
Yes.
That's kind of amazing. I'm so sorry. I can't find the ring I bought you anywhere. I just had it.
It's all right, my love. It's not the right time to tell my family anyway.
Come with me, Arasetti. Come across the river where we'll be safe.
Not just yet, darling. My father says we'll be safe here. You go, and when all of this is over, you can come back for me, and we'll announce our engagement then.
At this point, Sitra would pause, raising a hand up to the face of Onuris, touching his forehead with some concern across her face.
Sagira looks at them and looks at Sudi and goes, either they're magically in love or maybe something is happening.
Are you feeling all right? You're burning up.
I would need Onuris to make a fortitude save.
Oh my god. This engagement
Keith.
ring is just about to kill me.
Now Keith.
Yeah, I get a 4. It's 5, sorry. I rolled a 1.
You burst into
Finally
flames.
failed a fortitude save.
You burst into
He
flames.
felt the feelings of love and it weakened him. Also, he was magically sick.
The two of you would suddenly snap back to reality, with Sagira's hand still on Onuris' face, although your face is
Sitra.
burning. Citra's hand on Onuris' face. Sagira runs in there to make
Citra immediately pulls her
Completely
hand
on fire.
back and is like, sorry.
Citra's just staring at you guys, and he's going, kiss.
Onuris gives Sudi a look like, what the hell, man?
What? It looked like you are having a very tender moment.
We were possessed by ghosts.
The mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
What does that have to do?
I don't know. It made me think of the Lion King.
What? It didn't look like you were in any danger.
I couldn't think of the love song.
On yours?
We've
Yes.
never acted like this at all before, and you don't think, oh, this is not normal?
No, we thought it was unnormal.
No, it's definitely not normal. You don't speak ancient Assyriani.
No.
It was weird. We didn't know what you were saying.
Did you know what you were saying?
You
Briefly?
understood exactly what you were
Yes.
saying then.
Hey, so what happened?
There was a couple. They were in love. The engagement ring was missing. I suppose they were looking for this one. Are you still wearing it?
Probably.
This is why we don't touch things.
Yeah, she's taking it off, and she's like, not anymore.
Into the sack of treasure.
Into the sack of treasure. I really want that +1.
I failed that fortitude save. What's going
Yes,
on?
you've taken 2 points of intelligence damage.
Oh!
You feel a slight headache,
You're just dumber.
and every once in a while, it's almost like
I have average intelligence now, everyone.
you can hear a whisper.
I don't feel very good, to be honest.
Nothing the power of love can't cure. Touch his face again.
That might have been what caused it to begin with.
It's possible.
Oh, we are all sick.
You don't actually know that.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
now
don't
I
know
think
that.
are you sick?
What else did we find along with this engagement ring?
Just taking Citra's previous appraise check and using that for everything else here, you would find a silver anklet set with tiny gems and an Ankh charm worth 150 gold pieces.
That's pretty cute.
A tarnished silver serving tray that is worth 35 gold pieces. And a small ornate vase worth 75 gold pieces. You wonder if possibly someone was attempting to steal this stuff, maybe picked up the ring and then
Drop
went
it.
nuts, who knows?
Maybe it goes differently if you only have yourself.
Oh, he felt sick and he had to go to the bathroom and then his head fell off.
No, he probably had the plague.
Well, in the
The dream guy, yeah.
Yeah, the guy in the bathroom, I don't know.
I was talking about the guy in
Well,
the
the guy in the
bathroom.
bathroom was only 3 years ago, and these people were speaking ancient Osirian.
Well, they're not this. I'm saying he picked up the jewelry box, got
Oh,
possessed,
yeah.
ran to the bathroom because he was sick, because maybe it makes you sick.
I mean, I have a headache.
If you have a bad enough headache, you might need to go throw
Maybe
up
if
or
you're by
something.
yourself, you go crazy. I don't know.
Let's finish searching the first floor, shall we?
Okay.
Okay.
Is nobody gonna wear the ring of protection? Because
I'm scared of it now.
I'm a little bit scared to wear it at the
If
moment,
it wasn't
to be
an
honest.
engagement ring, Sudi would be popping that on so fast. 'cause
I mean, you
think
can make a
that'd be
knowledge
safe.
religion check to try to infer from it.
I get a 16.
16. This ring does seem to be the center of this haunt. You don't know how it will affect if you're no longer here.
We can't just sell it if it's haunted.
Well, we can check it again when we're in town.
Could de-haunt it.
We could sell it to the church.
It is possible that you could try to remove the haunt effect to it. More likely than not, this haunt is probably tied back to the feeling of regret. Again, this man, especially if he had the plague of madness, this man probably died never able to find the ring that he'd purchased to give to his fiancée.
Who apparently her family didn't want her to marry him.
Or he killed her because he went crazy.
Being that, and more likely than not, you'd want to complete the emotional connection there, just from your inference. So if you took this ring and basically willingly give it to another person as a token of love, you could probably break the curse on it if it actually fulfilled its purpose.
I am not in love with any of you.
Sagira will take the ring but not put it on.
Sudi is very quiet as he contemplates the ring.
Let's...
Oh, we're getting a development from Sudi there.
Do you
He's
love
like, I
her?
could pop the question.
Sudi.
You haven't even visited her. It's been like 3 days.
don't
I had
know
to
what-
make up something so you sounded cool.
I don't know what to say to her. I
Hello?
really made an ass of myself.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Yeah, what's going on?
I have
He has
a
a
girlfriend who works at the Temple of the
He didn't want to put a label on it, and she was offended by this.
So
You just called her your girlfriend to us, but you can't call her
well,
your
I kind
girlfriend to her.
of realized that I really wanted her to be my girlfriend. I just didn't tell her that I wanted that because I didn't know, because I was confused and I'm awkward, and it's the first time I've ever had a relationship. So she's very angry at me, and I don't know what to say to her. So I
Okay.
haven't been back.
Piece
I will
of
tell
advice.
you.
Do not give her a haunted ring.
Well, you break the curse that way, maybe. I was gonna say when she thought you almost died because I told her about you getting swallowed by a coffin. She seemed very sad.
Maybe you should just
maybe you
get
should've.
some flowers or something that she likes and go apologize like an adult.
was going to say, the haunted ring might be a step too far, especially if you just got over your commitment phobia.
I was really hoping Onuris would be like, it's like, just do like we nobles do, just buy her a new horse.
Offer her
Maybe a
family 7
chariot.
cows.
Yeah.
You don't have to engage. It doesn't have to be an engagement ring. It can just be a
start
token
small.
of your love. Which means you could just use the ring as a token of your love.
Yes, but then what? Oh, I needed you to break this curse, but I really need this back for my adventuring.
I was going to say I really need it, but yeah, okay. I'll go talk to her whenever we get back.
Oh, I have the ring.
What about the anklets?
It has an ankh. Well, it should be okay with an ankh symbol.
There is some jewelry.
What does an ankh symbolize?
Immortality.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it used to be associated with the
you
deity.
could take that charm off and just give her the rest of
I
the
mean,
anklets.
it's all over. I mean, out of character. It's all over ancient Egypt. It's a symbol for like immortality. Almost all the gods had one with them because it's.
The Church of Sarimre also uses the Ankh.
Yep.
So give her some anklets and apologize for being a jackass.
What Sitra said.
Okay. I think I can do this.
Yeah,
I can do this. I just fought a swarm of scarabs and some undead and some other stuff. I can definitely talk to her.
Please don't compare them to her.
Yes, don't do that.
Well, I'm a little more scared of her than I am of them.
Wise man.
Speaking from experience?
Perhaps. Yours would turn down the other hallway.
Sagira, like,
Everyone else is like, it's like, I
I
thought Onuris was celibate.
thought
Definitely
you didn't do
experience.
nothing. Okay, well, let's continue clearing this place.
So I guess we'll go down the hallway past the front, though, the other doors that got to the...
Yeah. Hey, this way we can circumvent that centipede to search the mausoleum.
I mean, if we wanted to, yes.
Sure.
We'll do that after we finish. Do
Yeah,
you want to search?
Let's do the interior stuff first.
Yeah, we'll finish the interior, then we'll check the mausoleum. All right, so Sudi has a girlfriend.
Onuris has some history.
We still have a ring no one's wearing. Problem not solved.
So Sagira's not giving that to her lover.
I thought about it, but then I was like, oh, okay.
And Citra's still the big mystery over there. Oh no, Citra's history.
Sagira hasn't said anything to us about having a lover or girlfriend.
That is true.
Nope.
I'm sorry, you said lover. All I could ever think of is that Friends episode with the guy that works at the coffee house, and he's just like, it's like, yeah,
Gunther?
just go over there, and I just ask her out. It's like, hey Rachel, how would you like to go to the movies? As my lover. It's like, no, that would never work.
No, it wouldn't.
Poor Gunther.
How would you like to get
Poor
some coffee?
weird Gunther.
As my lover.
Anywho, we go to the next room.
Very well. So you're going to continue
Do
down
we get
that hall.
experience for almost dying from that ring?
Yes, you do garner experience for defeating a challenge rating of 3, netting the party 200 XP.
Yeah, we walk down the hall. There's probably a hallway. Because I bet you there's a wall like those other ones.
Yeah. Making your way down the hallway, passing by the open archway which leads into the central courtyard, you begin to approach towards what appears to be a much larger room. Approximately the same size as the room that you just left, the parlor on the opposite end. This room, however, seems to be a rather spacious-looking dining room. An enormous stone table, the marble top polished and smooth, runs parallel to the wall off towards your left-hand side as you enter into this large room. A much smaller stone table stands on the east side of this room, off towards your right. Splintered piles of dust and wood lie in the corners and along the walls. You can only imagine the only remnants of the chairs after untold millennia have passed. An open archway leads out of this room off towards your right, back into the room that would have been next to the kitchen that you'd seen before. And then you can still see the other archway leading into the central courtyard. Your eyes, however, would be drawn to the 20-foot long table along the left-hand side, large enough to accommodate, you're going to say, dozens of guests. It seems to have been repurposed. A strong fetid stench pervades this room. A half-dozen human skulls
Oh, Jesus.
have been set atop what appear to be a half-dozen silver platters with silver cups set atop them to balance the skulls atop as they would all stare out at you, lined up one after the next after the next.
Well, that seems ritualistic. Do we know anything about a ritual that
Yeah,
involves
that's
that?
disturbing.
You may make a knowledge religion if you so wish.
I get a 13.
I also get a 13.
On yours gets a 21. He would start making his way closer to get a better look at them.
You don't see any signs of religious iconography or anything else like this. It seems to just be set here as some sort of almost morbid decoration. Possibly, again, kind of akin to the body that you saw that was posed previously.
Without a head.
As you would step forward, all of the mouths on the skulls would pop open, and they would clatter almost in laughter. After a second, they would begin to glow with a blue corona as they would start to float off of the table before the 6 skulls would come flying through the airs towards all of you.
Can I make
And I will need knowledge religion checks and initiative checks next episode.
I will say I totally said that there was going to be a swarm of skulls.
You did, in fact, say a swarm of skulls. I was
actually,
very impressed by that.
Yeah, surprisingly, you called it.
You called it. Congratulations.
And now we have to fight a swarm of skulls.
I guess
Thank
I
you.
can.
I included
Jessica.
it just for that.
So when I said you were going to jinx us, by God, you freaking jinxed us!
It's Peter's luck, guys. It's a thing. You'll come to know it as we continue to play this
Goodness
adventure path.
gracious.
I'm very good at
I will
spotting things.
thank you for listening, Pathfinders, and we will check you out next time.